Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3. And in this particular video, I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the things in your life. So, if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward and help you out. So I'm out on my run, and I'm listening to the book by David Goggins. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Pretty remarkable book. If you want to pick it up, I think he's got a podcast as well. But within the book, it sort of tells you about not being afraid of the things from your past and who you are as an individual. And for me, I think that's really incredibly important because this is a lot of things in my life I'm really afraid of, and I don't like to go there. So things like public speaking, for example, speaking in front of a camera, doing things that bring attention onto me. I'm incredibly insecure about who I am as an individual. It's very difficult to not pay attention to other people. So for me, working on not listening to what other people are, I think a lot of it has to do with things that have happened to me early on in my past. I've already told you on this channel about being bullied when I was a kid. I remember one incident where somebody peed on a hat and then didn't tell me about it and then made me wear that hat. We had a bet. I won the bet, and they were supposed to give me a hat, and then they went and peed on the hat. And then I wore it around for days, and then they made fun of me after that. That was something, as well as not having any friends. Things like that really resonated with me and really struck me for a very long time. And there's been moments in my life where I have, been afraid of people and been very scared of what they were going to say and what they're going to do. And I remember throughout high school, actually, it got so bad that I developed a stutter, and that sort of carried with me for a long time. When I was doing my PhD, I had some experiences, and I started to develop eye twitches, which was really weird. And every moment that I go through this kind of stuff, recently going through tenure, I was telling you on this channel that I had heart palpitations, which is crazy, right? But a lot of that has to do with me thinking about a huge component of this, because the whole professor system, the tenure system, and how it works, a lot of it is placing judgment on you. And when that comes to its front, where people are paying attention to you and looking at what you're doing, really comes up. And for me, as a person that's always dealt with this by sort of pushing it down and trying to escape from those emotions, it gets tougher and tougher. You sort of have this feeling where you should sort of be really strong and run away from everything, right? So that's always been my response, and I think it's a learned response. Whenever I'm afraid of something, I just withdraw and I don't talk to people, and I sort of push it in. And this has been something I've been working on for a year, 2 years, and probably about 2 years now, of dealing with this and how to really be okay with talking about this. So a huge part of doing things on this channel, and a huge part of having you following this, is me dealing with my own self and coming to terms with who I am. I don't know if that's like midlife crisis kind of stuff, but I also know, it's really incredibly important to do these kind of things and keep pushing forward and being more open. All those moments where you grasp onto and fixate on, you have to share and be open about it. I know that, looking back in terms of my high school experiences, and I'm sure you've had these experiences as well, Those kids that were doing those kind of things, they did not know how to deal with their emotions. So a huge component of things in life you'll begin to realize is that people cannot deal with their own emotions, and they take it out on you in different ways. And so for me, as a person that's incredibly others focused and relational, and I really interpret what other people are doing or saying about me, I take that and I absorb that stress and anxiety that other people have. And you have to learn that it is not part of, it's not you that's dealing with all these things. It is actually them. And the more that you realize that, the more that you realize that you have to disregard what other people are doing and what other people are saying. It's incredibly important to do those kind of things. So a huge component and a huge sort of awakening that I keep pushing towards, and it's hard, because people will every once in a while ask me about this channel, and I'll get embarrassed, but I know I need to keep doing this. It's so important, not for you. This is not a thing for you. This is for me in terms of developing and becoming a better human being and being much more open with who I am. So with that, that's all I wanted to say is, just don't be afraid of the things that are in your past, and really work into them and really push into them. And every time that you have those kind of emotions, just start talking about them, get open about it, tell somebody. And the more open you are about this, the less afraid that it feels, the less scary that it feels in your life. Doing those silly impressions I've been doing for the summer, it's been great for me and my kids, but another component of that is to do things that are silly and awkward, that other people are going to chastise and make fun of. If they see those kind of things and say, well, that's not serious enough, that's not professorial enough, well, it's them that's dealing with this kind of stuff, and it's not me that's dealing with these kind of things. And I have to really absorb that and believe that it is, it's their problem that they're dealing with, and they're projecting how they feel about the career or how they feel about others, that they need to put on this facade of real truth behind them, real honesty behind them and who they are. And that is an incredibly important thing to realize, that this whole world is based on people putting on a lot of charades and a lot of theater. And as you get through this, you become, and you realize this, and you work on it, and you keep pushing those boundaries, the less afraid you become of all the theatrics that happen in your life, and the more authentic, the more true you are to who you are as an individual. And so for me, I'm pretty silly, but at the same time, I'm really insecure, and I think about things a lot. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about, is just to be open, not be afraid of the things of your past, and really work on those things. Push those forward. You've got this. I know you got this, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.